Get yourself a notebook. I know it's 2021, but like, write it down. Write things down. It's amazing what happens when you write things down. You don't forget them. Like the title of what this video is supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be telling you right now. We're talking about office stuff again today, and I'm a pretty big nerd when it comes to the design of an office space. What's on my desk, what's in the office, all the things that you see, I nerd out about that pretty much every day. So in today's video, I am gonna be talking about the 10 accessories that you need on your desk at home right now to, I don't know, maybe inspire you, motivate you. If you just like these videos the way I do, then maybe this video is for you. Now, starting with probably the most important element of any home office is the chair that you sit in. We wanted to make sure that the chair was comfortable, but it also looked great and had the same design aesthetic as the rest of the office did. So what I landed on after a lot of research was this beautiful brown leather chair from Davidson. I loved the brown leather look that complements the green walls, the dark woods, and it just looks like the centerpiece of the entire office. Not to mention it is really, really sturdy. The metal legs, the rolling wheels, you can adjust it up and down and back and forth to really fit your style of sitting. And I've sat here for 10, 12 hours a day and not had any back issues. So I would highly recommend this chair to anyone that's looking for something that has a little more design sense and maybe doesn't break your bank like some of these ergonomic chairs would. One of the things I knew I really wanted when we first stepped into this office was another monitor. I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro that I do all of my editing on, and I really needed to see what I was working on a more granular level. And I did a lot of research again on the best monitor for me specifically. And what we ended up with was this Dell 27-inch ultra high definition 4K monitor. And I am thrilled with the results so far. Again, I will link all of these products in the description below so you can check them out yourself. But that was the first thing that really went on this desk, and everything else has now been built around that. With a separate monitor, I needed to make sure that I had a proper keyboard and a wireless mouse, ideally, so that I can navigate my computer just from the desk. And the keyboard that I ended up with was the Logitech MX keys in black with the slate gray. I love this keyboard. It looks amazing really throughout the day and at night. It doesn't really die. I've never really had an issue with it dying, so I plug it in maybe overnight and I can keep that keyboard running wirelessly for quite some time, almost the entire week. And to complement that keyboard, I also went with the Logitech MX mouse. I'm not exactly sure of the name, but I love this mouse. It feels great in the hand as an editor, as someone scrolling through Lightroom and Premiere Pro all day. It's actually the perfect tool. And I was previously using the Magic Mouse from Apple. I thought that was great until I got this mouse, and I don't think I will ever switch from a Logitech product. So both of those are constantly on the desk. So if you do have a home office, if you're looking for the perfect accessory mouse keyboard combo, look no further than Logitech. These next few accessories on the desk are all made by Grovemade, and they just fit the look and style that I'm going for on this desk. I spend every morning either journaling or jotting down my to-do list for the day, my critical tasks to get done, and I was always in search of the perfect pen to do that. I know it sounds silly, but just holding a really elegant, well-made pen in your hand will motivate you, and it has motivated me to write a lot more. So the pen from Grovemade that is black, this matte black finish, it has the perfect weight to it, and has this beautiful walnut holder that sits right on my desk. The Walnut desk shelf by Grovemade was something I had my eye on from the beginning of this process. I knew that with a monitor on the desk, I wanted to make sure I could hide the cables, have another space to put pens, put things on the desk that weren't going to be laying out, and also have a beautiful walnut surface to match the walnut butcher block that I talked about in the other video, which I've linked above. Again, the Grovemade products are absolutely beautiful. They are super, super well made. They feel very strong. They're made in Portland, Oregon, and this was the first piece by Grovemade that I bought for this office. Now, going back to the keyboard and mouse situation, I obviously needed a mouse pad and something to put under the keyboard. This may seem overkill in certain spaces, but what I really love about these two products is that they create some contrast and, again, some design elements to these everyday items that I'm using on my desk, such as the keyboard and the mouse. So underneath the Logitech keyboard, I have this beautiful felt Grovemade keyboard pad. And then under that is the keyboard wrist guard. And that is also black leather and walnut trim. And so again, that fits into this entire theme that we are going for in the office. It's a product that is maybe a bonus. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the desk, but now that I have it there, I've become so used to having a little comfortable wrist guard, and it just looks great in photographs, in just the overall aesthetic of the space. Now for the mouse pad, I initially had, a little Amazon mouse pad, something that was a lot cheaper. If it's a budgetary expense, then this might be something you can steer away from. But now that I have it, I really can't imagine a different mouse pad. So I went with the Grovemade mouse pad with the walnut pen holder. And the mouse pad itself has a little monogrammed Grovemade logo, and it's just a beautiful black mouse pad. So again, all of that sort of fits together and rounds out that aesthetic that I'm going for. Now, another accessory, again, a Grovemade product. Like I said, I cannot speak highly enough about them. I've watched tons of these videos before, so I'm very proud to be making my own and talk about these products the way that I've seen other creators talk about them. The laptop riser, which is right to the left here, was the last product from Grovemade that I actually had on this desk to round out the entire work area. What I like about the riser is it allows me to use my laptop as a secondary monitor rather than having it closed and only having the Dell monitor as my main monitor. I can store things behind the stand and hide them a little bit if I want to clean up the desk a little. The laptop sits nice and high, and I can sort of run cables and anything I'm not using behind that laptop stand. There's an orange colorway that they make, but the walnut is something that, again, I was drawn to for the consistency and the aesthetic that I'm going for. And right here to the left, an accessory that I didn't realize I needed, but now that I have it, I don't know how I would live without it, is this Elgato Air Keylight. I was tired of always trying to set up ring lights and different, aperture lights and things just for one live stream. So the goal here was to really streamline the process of us getting in here, filming when we need to, and also just using it as a way to add a little more ambient light to the office if we're in here working late at night. I also love that it is a bi-color LED light. So it's not only quiet, it is super light, and you can, change the color. We can just change those features right here on our Wi-Fi settings right from the computer while having it all plugged in. And I tend to like to warm up the office at night, put a little music on in the background, and just make the space feel really cozy and inviting for some evening editing or just, watching some movies in here. So I love this light. It goes on every single day. It is lighting me right now as a, sort of fill to the key light that I have to the right of me. And again, if you don't have a huge budget for investing in some larger LED lights like this aperture, it is a great place to start for some streaming. You can put it on a stand and actually use it as your fill. So another really amazing option and a great accessory to your desk. Okay, the last accessory on the desk, and probably what I should have started with, is this Moleskin journal. This is one of many that I do have in the office, but it's something that I can't live without. In a digital age, having something tangible and writing my thoughts down, writing my ideas, my tasks down, really helps to keep me grounded in the morning. It helps to give me a bit of a roadmap throughout the day, and I can't really do that on my laptop. This brain dump needs to go somewhere, and so it doesn't have to be this specific. It can be any notebook, it can be a piece of paper, but I prefer Moleskin. I prefer something that still looks nice. So I have a white one in here, I have a black one, and I've been really loving this, this brown leather one lately with the pairing of the Grovemade pen. So again, I'm really big on aesthetic, I'm really big on consistent design, and this journal is a must in my home office setup. I probably went into way too much detail about my accessories, but I've seen a lot of videos that I really enjoy of other creators, walking through the accessories that they have on their desk. Again, I'm not saying that everything on this desk will fit your specific need. Like I mentioned, some of them are a little bit cheaper than others. These Grovemade products, they can be a little expensive, but I promise you they are worth it if you have a little bit of budget to design your space out. And everything else that I have here, I feel very proud of, and I feel like it's taken maybe 4 months to really get to this point where I am motivated and feel super inspired when I sit at this chair and I come into this desk and work. The goal is for it to work for you, for it to create a sense of inspiration, create an environment where you feel, you feel inspired, you feel motivated to get to work, to edit whatever you're doing, to tell the story you're telling. And that's what an office space or any environment like that has always been for me. And I can finally say that I'm at a stage in my life where I've built a space that I genuinely want to spend time in. If there are things in here that you learned and want to try to purchase for your own office, great. If not, there are a million other ways to design the space the way you want. And I would love to hear in the comments what you're doing with your office space. What products are you really interested in that maybe I have not discussed here today? Thank you to those who have subscribed, to those who have been commenting and really sharing your thoughts with us. We really appreciate it. Hit the like button below. Comment on this video. It really does help for other people to see our videos. We're still slowly growing and we'd love to get the word out about what we're doing here. And again, we'll see you guys on the road. And in this case, we'll just see you right here in the office. See you later.